Okay, hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your boy Dr. Rogers, a multiple scholarship winner in IoT. So today I'm about to talk about the Chevening Scholarship because it's currently been launched at the moment. So I want to talk about the Chevening Scholarship. I already made a video about that on my previous, like you can check on my channel. I made a previous video on the Chevening Scholarship. And today I want to talk about Chevening Scholarship, who can apply, who cannot apply, and what are the tips for you to apply and be successful for it. So it is 2021, and currently now the Chevening Scholarship Board is accepting applications. It's a very prestigious scholarship, one of the top scholarships globally and within UK. So with the Chevening Scholarship, while I'll be talking about it, I'm going to give you like tips, what you who can apply for it and what you've got to do because mind you, there are so many scholarships globally, but if you don't know who has to apply for it and how you can go about it, even if you're a first class grade student, you can apply for these scholarships and you end up not being selected and you feel really bad about it. Secondly, you could also be a third class student with a lower GPA and you do not apply for this some of these scholarships, and at the end of the day, or you just give a try, you apply and you're selected for it. So with the Chevening Scholarship, this is the deal. If you know you're just graduating from school, you do not have any working experience, then you should not think of applying for the Chevening Scholarship because you would definitely just be wasting your time. And the reason is the Chevening Scholarship is out to attract people who have already have working experience or people who have worked for a particular period of time and they're just there, to network, meet other people, and then sharpen their skills. So if you know you have a working experience, minimum 2 years, or you can apply for it. And by working experience, most of the case, sometimes you do not need to be working and have a salary to call it working experience. If you've been volunteering for a particular period of time after graduating, you can definitely use that like your working experience. So let's get right away to it. Um, and like I said, people who can apply, it's usually very important when you want to apply for any scholarship, you need to always read and check who are the candidates the scholarship is looking for. For example, with this Chevening Scholarship, if you don't have working experience, don't apply for it. You can apply for the Commonwealth Scholarship, which is also similar to the Chevening Scholarship. But with Commonwealth, if you're just graduating from school and you have a high grade, you can apply for it. So with that said, let's go through it. So looking at those that can apply for this scholarship, there are a couple of criteria, right? And it's fully stated here. Work experience is required. Work experience is required. And then you need to also check on what is the deadline for the country you're applying for, because each country has its Commonwealth board. Like, I'm gonna go down here, right down here. What I usually do is, okay, I usually go through the previous people who got the scholarship before. Probably I could ask them for mentoring or advice. It's very important. This is one step in which you shouldn't leave out when you're applying for scholarship. It's very, very important. So applications now, for example, if you're from Albania, the applications are open till the 2nd of November, 12 noon GMT time. So it's very, very important you cross-check that. For example, if you're in Korea, it's GMT plus 9. So time difference and deadline are usually very important. So I'm gonna go right down to Cameroon, but it doesn't mean it's only I'll just be focusing on Cameroon. I'm going down to Cameroon because I'm partly One of my race is from Cameroon. So let me go down to this is each country has its deadline, and you see that most of them have a deadline of second, the second. So I'll not go to Ethiopia. And shout out to my Ethiopian brothers. I won't go to Ethiopia. Let me go to Cameroon. So because I want all of us to look at the criteria together while I'm giving my tips to it. And also, when you're writing your motivation letter for the Chevening Scholarship, it's very important you describe your working experience well. And working experience, trust me, it's something you cannot fool the Commonwealth Scholarship or board examining board. You can't fool them because if, for example, you say you have 2 years working experience and you graduated this year, that will be well, there could be a chance that well, probably you were volunteering while going to school. That could give you some earning some points. Or in another case, if you say you're working for 2 years when you just graduated, that'll probably be, it will be a lie. And then also when you're adding your references, yes, or your people will give you motivation, the motivation letter. It's very, very important you go for people who's, can easily be contacted at any time. And for example, if you want someone to recommend you who hardly checks his mails or takes his phone calls, then probably maybe when they call them to check, they will not be available, and that's how you just lose it. And then another one thing is that you need to have a partial or a conditional admission in the UK, admission in the UK. So the advice is if you know, depending on your grade point, if you know you're a third class student, third class here doesn't mean as per person, as third class is per your grade. If you have, for example, if your GPA is on 4 and you have a 2.5, right? That's a third class degree as according to, for example, University of Boyer classification. So if you have that grade, with that GPA, it will be very hard. It's almost impossible for you to have a scholarship, for example, the South Korean government scholarship. But with this one, you can have it. So what you do is with that 2.5 scholarship, you've got to look for um, conditional or a partial admission in the UK. And usually I'll advise you not to go for the top universities because the notion is that a lot of students want to go for the top universities, and let's say, for example, 5 students are applying for top universities, and you go with your 2.5. It's but obvious that you will not be accepted for that particular scholarship. So it's very important you search for universities that are just within reach and can accept you with that, and also with your 2.5 GPA, because sometimes now you can all bear with me nowadays things are changing. A lot of companies or a lot of universities are not just looking for first class degree students, they're also looking for people who have working experience to a certain level to train them. So your working experience too will matter a lot. Okay, now I'm on Chevening Cameroon Cameroon branch. The applications are open until the 2nd of November. And like I always say in my channel, and by the way, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit on the subscription bell and notification bell because I'll be dropping a lot of videos on Chevening Scholarship and Commonwealth Scholarships and tips on how to go about it, cover letters and motivations and everything. I'll be dropping videos on that. So, um, like I said, for example, if you're just graduating from school, Chevening is not your place to be now. Don't apply because you will just be wasting your time, and you might end up killing your desires or motivation for applying for scholarships. It's just how it's been made. If you must apply for a scholarship when you're just done from school or about to graduate, you can look at Commonwealth, Turkish, Korean, Japanese, and the rest of the other scholarships. So the area of interest or the people they are looking forward to, first, uh, uh, they are trying to ensure there's equ- equality. Yeah, sorry, equality. So they're trying to ensure there is equality. So within, for example, if Commonwealth this year wants 10 people, and there are 10 countries. They are going to select one student from each country. So I advise you, if you have that low GPA, you have a working experience, you should apply for the Commonwealth Scholarship. This will just be a medium or a chance for you to, to get to meet a network of people within your career. Think, even if you don't want to, you're tired of studying, think about the network you're going to gain when you apply for these scholarships. And also it's very important you look at the alumni and you meet the past Chevening applicants. Yes, you should look at them and then you send them an email. Some of them will be pretty, pretty good enough or kind enough to look out or reply to your mails. And then the area of expertise they're looking forward to, you have law, human rights. So a lot of people have been saying or mentioning my channel that most of the time of contacted me that most of the time I share videos just for the science section. Yeah, the reason is I'm of science background, but this is also um the law background, the human rights. If you're having a degree in human rights in law, you're welcome to apply for this scholarship. If you're also into music, creativity, and you have a bachelor degree, people from the journalism field, the filmmaking, fine arts and design, you should apply for this scholarship as soon as possible to, to gain you know, the chance to study within this prestigious scholarship within the UK. So, and then you also have to find a course. Look at a course you want to apply for. It's very important you see if the course are within what you want to, apply for. And sometimes there is also the section of frequent the questions which people ask. Sometimes questions that the challenges you're facing, a lot of people have faced them before. And the Chevening Scholarship, like most scholarships, obviously, answer these questions because tons of emails coming to them all the time. Why should I and support for my application? Yeah, this is one question which is usually not only for this, but usually a lot of people. And people ask, why do they need to submit references? You have to submit contact references of two when you submit application. And usually the references usually come in probably during your interview time when you're requested to upload two references on online system, or you can upload them or you must upload them before your interview. So it's very, very important you check out on all of these. And then also, I'm not going to go through all the questions are asked, but one very striking question is, what restrictions are put in place by UK to sort COVID? Find out how to stay safe, the measure put in place, and then all of that. So like I said, Chevening is currently receiving applications now, so it's very, very important. And also, they will need you to have English language proficiency or to provide an English language proficiency score. If you're coming from the non-native English speaking country, the native English speaking countries are USA, Australia, UK, Ireland, South Africa. You've got to check that South Africa is a native English speaking country, but you've got to check that English speaking country. You have, I think there are two more. But besides that, if you're not from any of these countries, even if you studied in English, you need to write two the English speaking proficiency exam, which is IELTS and TOEFL. Do not take the chances of submitting the document that shows that you studied English, because this is a competitive um, selection process. And I know of a lot of people before who have lost the Chevening scholarship just because they couldn't get the English language score, the English language exam. So you should prepare that beforehand and try looking out to you should try looking out to the the English language call as well now. So I'll just have to stop sharing my screen now. So yeah, like I said before, yeah, oh my, sorry. Yes, the video is that actually now I'm out for a business trip. That's why I don't have a good lighting at home. So sorry about that. Yeah, this scholar, which country is it? The scholarship is for UK. It's offered by the UK government, and the scholarship is for everyone, like um globally. So you've got to check with your country too. It's the scholarship is meant for citizens from all over the world. So there is no exemptions, but you have to check. And I just checked for my own country, for example, Cameroon, and this year we are eligible so to apply for it. So if you've loved this video, this is the first part about the Commonwealth, the Chevening Scholarship. If you love the video, make sure you click on the subscription button and apply and stay connected. I'll be making more videos on the Chevening Scholarship as days go by. And also, I've made you can check on my channel as well. There's a previous video I made with a Chevening Scholarship fellow who shared her experience on how she went about preparing for it. For her, it took her 2 years. The first year she applied, she couldn't make it, but she learned from her mistakes, and the second time she applied, she got it. So my channel is to ensure that people don't make such type of mistakes again. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit on the notification bell, and peace out.